the orange Zerg. It is Root Nero.
Okay, it's not 3.
And
What is
in
it?
the lower left, the red Protoss. It is newly added to Root PvP. So stylistically, I know that Neuro is a very kind of standard. He's described his playstyle and the playstyle that he aspires to as solid, right? Not leaving anything to chance, just trying to really overpower his opponent. Would you say that's about right, Libby B?
I versed Neuro on ladder just the other day, but it was a ZVZ, and he does like to favor the macro game. He likes to go for solid plays, like you said, and try and like out macro his opponent while doing a lot of Baneling run-bys, Zergling run-bys, and I think lately in this current patch he has been favoring mutas, mutaling Bane.
Yeah, I've definitely seen him going mutas a lot on his stream. I wasn't sure if that was kind of something he was trying to work on, or if that's actually what he's favoring as sort of, you know, his sort of best style. So that's good insight by you.
Yep.
And then, you know, of course, on the other side of the table, we have PvP, who, you know, anytime I watch his stream, I see lots of different styles. You know, he's the kind of person who really just has a lot of passion for the game and loves to just try out different stuff. And, you know, obviously, I'm sure he has strategies that he thinks are good, but I think we could see anything come out of him in these games.
Yeah, I'm not really too familiar with PvP's playstyle as much, but he just got picked up on Root, so it's probably pretty good. I did see Neuro have a 1-hour ZVP on ladder the other day against a player named Nicro, and Nicro, I feel like, is a pretty well-rounded top 100 Grandmaster player, and it was the most intense ZVP I think I've seen. And Neuro does love to favor the Queen playstyles in late game situations as well for Transfusers, even though Transfusers got nerfed, and I don't feel like they're as good anymore, but still works. He did win the game.
It's sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's it.
It's still a great ability. It's certainly, you know, nowhere near as good as it was, but I can see why he would favor that. So we do have the Robo about to finish for PvP. That's kind of the first real you know, moment, other than, you know, of course, an early pool or something that, you know, which we don't see in this game, where these players are kind of steering into what kind of game we are going to see.
Yeah. And you do see him taking those extra gases in the natural as well. Neuro, he did scout the Robo. He's just defending off the Adept pressure, making sure he doesn't lose any unnecessary drones. Taking that third behind the Robo. He did open gas as well, so that does give him the mobility on the map with the speedlings to try and take map control, make sure there's no procs down, and just see basically if he moves out or takes the third.
And we, of course, see the Colossus house going down for PvP. I wonder if it will actually be making Colossus, or if he's planning maybe a Disruptor drop?
I do feel like in the current meta these days, from the extensive amounts of ladder I've been playing lately, we do see a lot of Colossus play, and not as many Disruptors, even though Disruptors, I feel like, did get a bit of a buff. They reverted it back pre-patch.
I actually had a ladder game on stream the other day where I forgot that the Disruptor had been changed and tried to move a unit towards it and felt very, very sad as that game ended quickly after that.
Oh man, how exciting. It will be Disruptors. As they just
how about that? Yeah.
In production and the Disruptor upgrade. So Neuro knows as well. It's approaching the 5-minute mark. This is where it gets a little bit scary for Neuro. If your opponent isn't taking a third base at the 5-minute mark, you kind of have to prepare for that 2-base timing attack. And you see Neuro is now in production with the Roaches and the Zerglings. He's getting his Roach speed, as that is necessary, to control and zone out Adept pressure. And he might be a little startled when he sees the Disruptor drops entering his mineral lines.
Yeah, as you say, Libby B, it's not exactly super standard in the meta to see this, so it might catch Neuro out. We'll have to see.
He does have an Overseer, and I think he's gonna scout pretty soon. He has a decent amount of units, to defend against this. It all just comes down to micro, and that's what it happens against disruptors because it's so easy for them to get out of control if they just get one good hit off.
And we see Thermal Lance starting here for PvP, so he's definitely going to be looking to transition out of this. I'm very interested to see if this is going to get anything done. We see Neuro having a spotting Ling on the map to watch that Prism move out.
Yeah. I really like Neuro's position here in the game. He hasn't been too defensive, knowing that PvP is going for 2-base timing. Oh man, I'm scared. Really good micro Neuro, as I would expect. And it looks like PvP just can't get the connections in which he desires. So it looks like he's going to back up from now. He definitely doesn't want to lose his units. Oh, wow. Neuro's just going to... He's just gunning for it. He's going to attack.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, as you say, he's been pretty much undisturbed macroing up thus far. So we'll see if he's able to get anything done here.
Yeah, PvP is now doing what I originally thought he would do, which is go for harass. But I honestly don't think that PvP is going to be able to hold off the amount of Roach Ravagers pressing down on the front of his natural right now.
It doesn't look like it to me. And, I mean, obviously a few workers going down on Neuro's side of the map, but if PvP doesn't have a base, things are not looking too good.
Yeah, and the Ravagers also are able to cancel out those force fields. You know, I don't think he actually wasted his burst of bile shots on the force field. But the Disruptors come home and it looks like he gets a huge chunk in that natural Roach Ravager. But will it be enough? I mean, PvP, he's retreated to the main base, up the ramp, just to try and defend against this Roach Ravager that is inevitably going to clean up the entire natural.
And even if PvP does clean this, he'll be so far behind economically to Neuro's 4 bases here.
Oh yeah, Neuro is actually a god at macro right now. His income, I feel like, is so much more than PvP at the moment. He's got an income of 2,000 minerals, 500 gas to go through PvP's, sorry, root PvP. No, that's a manipulation of thought, of 800 minerals and 300 gas. So it's looking a bit dicey for our Protoss player here.
And I suppose we should call out once again the handicaps that each of these players are playing with. So Root PvP here has some mittens on, which are affecting his control quite a bit. We see he almost got that good disruptor hit and then picked it up a little too soon. And Neuro's playing zoomed in, so neither of these players exactly in their comfort zone, but as you say, Neuro kind of macroing up a lot harder than PvP here.
Yeah, and this seems like a pretty aggressive attack here from PvP. He needs to get damage done, otherwise he's just not going to be able to stay in this game. But in the meantime, Neuro doing a really swift Speedling run by into the natural, taking out all the probes, which actually puts PvP into an all-in position here.
Yeah, really good analysis of the game state by both players, right? But unfortunately for PvP, it really does just favor Neuro too much at this point, I think.
Yeah, and we should point out the handicaps for either player, that Neuro did play that entire game zoomed in. And what was PvP's handicap?
He's playing with mittens on, so his control is going to be a bit harder than normal.